Howdy, yeah, today is June 22nd. Just finishing up a very successful farmer's market. Everything went really great. Sold out of basically everything, so I will bring some more next week. I'm a little nervous to go out to the farm. Hopefully all my chickens are doing okay. I did bring some trail cams. I am planning on staying all night, but we are going to get some rain or storms or something, so that's why I got the trail cams in case I can't be out there. At least I can see what we're up against if it happens to strike, so hopefully not. But we'll go check on the chickens first to make sure everyone's okay, and then unload and get on farm chores. At a quick glance, everything looks to be alive. I haven't actually looked around the coops for any holes or anything like that, so I'll look a little closer. Did see a big pile of dookie of some sort. Had some seeds in it, so I'm not really sure what it is. Someone else is here and they were looking it up and said coyote or fox, so I don't know what we're dealing with, but I did grab those trail cams, so we'll get those set up as well later today. I do have a Sussex that's developed a limp. She's in there laying down right now, so I'm gonna check her out, make sure everything's okay, nothing grabbed her or hurt her. So this Sussex was attacked. She's got a gash in her leg. So I'm gonna baby her up a little bit and hopefully get her walking all right again. All right, I checked the injury out and I sprayed some antibiotic on it. It looks like it's past the point of that, but it's not actively bleeding or anything, but it's a good gash, like something reached up to get her leg and pull her off the roost. She's fine to go back in the coop. I will make sure she gets up on the roost all right. Just keep an eye on her. Probably spray her for a couple days. I am going to be eating a lot of tomatoes this week. I am super excited. These are the brandy wines that are all starting to turn. I'm going to eat this one tonight. It looks tasty. Got quite a few others going as well. The yellow perfections are starting to turn. They're still kind of tiny though, so nothing huge there. And then these bush cherries, they have so many blooms on them. These are the type of tomato that they only fruit once. So you're gonna get a huge harvest and then they're just done. Versus the other tomatoes where they'll just kind of get them all throughout the season. So I picked a lot of them last night. I picked a few Romas as well. I am super excited to eat all of them. It's about 9:55 right now. I'm in position. The wind is going perfectly, facing the coops here. I'm using my dad's gun since I'm going solo. Taped a flashlight on there, so hopefully we get this solved tonight. It's a little after 2 o'clock in the morning now, and I've been sitting out there since about 9:45. I haven't seen anything around the coops, so that's a good thing, but I also wish I got whatever was digging in the coops. I think this one's gonna be a little bit harder because it's actually going for a specific meal. It's grabbing a chicken, eating the chicken, dragging it off, doing something with it. Versus the one last weekend where it just came in, had fun killing the chickens, ate one, and then left. Usually the ones that have fun killing something will come back again really quick, and that's why it came back that next night. Ones that actually just grab one single chicken, they don't mess around with anything else, they're just wanting a meal. Those are kind of hit and miss because, you know, they might be full for a couple days. They might think some grubs sound better tonight versus, you know, chicken takeout. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm still gonna keep my eyes open for it. But I do have some trail cams I'm gonna place around the coops now. I can't watch the chickens 24/7 as much as I'd like to. I do have to sleep at some point, so I feel pretty good about, you know, at least until 2 o'clock they've had a silent night. With some rain potentially moving in around 4 o'clock, it'll probably be a pretty silent night for them, which is good. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get some trail cams set up. I think I have this one working. We'll see if that quits flashing once I get it set up. Oh, yep, it just did. Okay, cool. Now it's recording. Let me cover up that camera. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna set it on top of a 5-gallon bucket out here and hope it doesn't get too windy. But I'm gonna put it by the speckled Sussex coop but also have it positioned so I see it on the meat bird coop as well. And I'm gonna face it on the back of the coops because I think it's coming up from the back side, even though the holes have always been on the front side. I do have another trail cam. Batteries are kind of low though, so I'll see if I have some more that I can put out. These things take a ton of batteries. I do see a bad one right up here though. It did turn on just fine, but it had a red light on it. So I have 4 new batteries. Get one out. There we go. Yeah, that one was gross. So I'll swap it out, or a few of them out, with some better looking batteries, and hopefully that'll get me through the night. This other trail cam was pretty bad off on batteries, so I definitely don't have enough to get that one up and going tonight, but I think 2 is gonna be plenty fine. Let's see if the battery looks any better on this. Much better. Cool. All right, let me turn it off right now before it starts recording stuff. I do have everything set up on there already, so I'm going to probably duct tape these to some buckets. I don't know, duct tape might not work too well on these, but they're just gonna blow over so easy out there. I'm thinking I'm gonna grab a log and set it on that, and hopefully it just won't blow off the log. This one looks pretty good up here. The grass is a little too long up front to put a trail cam up there, and I just don't want to be catching grass all night. So I have one on the back left side, back right side, one over there. So it's going to be getting light in about 3 hours, so I doubt I catch anything tonight on the trail cam. But I mean, if I do, at least I'll have a bit of a time frame and know what I'm up against. But I feel pretty good about it tonight. They don't really have that much longer to go, and then it'll be daylight and they'll be fine. Well, yeah, I am not the slightest bit tired, which is kind of odd because I only got a couple hours of sleep last night because I was out here waiting on whatever was messing with my chickens. And I had to get up kind of early for the farmer's market, but yeah, I'm still going strong. I could probably pull it off all night, but should probably try and get some sleep so that way I'm worth something tomorrow, not a complete zombie. Howdy, yeah, today is June 23rd. I want to get in this beehive real quick. There's that green drone comb up here on this top deep that I want to get out and stick in the freezer. So I'm going to do that real quick before I head out to the farm today. I have no idea how some beekeepers use 10 frame hives. So I use 8 frame. There's only 8 of these frames in there, but some people use 10. These honey supers are so full, it is just back snapping to lift that up and just pop them back on top of the hive. I did order my jars, so I do plan on bottling some honey this week. I got this drone comb out, shook the majority of the bees off. A lot of it is capped, which is good. The backside there were some eggs and some uncapped, but sometimes there's not a lot you can do. This is the majority of them. It looks like some were about to hatch, so I went ahead and pulled it. The 2 injured birds are doing great. I didn't put anything on their wounds, and I mean, they've been doing fine. I've kept the pen inside the barn really clean. I've also kept a fan on them just to keep flies and gnats off, and I think that really helped them as well. And then just putting them outside together for some sunshine, grass, fresh air. It's a lot cooler out here too. And I think it helps having a buddy as well. And they haven't picked on each other, which is nice. But everything's healing up really good. Let's see if I can show you. Here's one. It scabbed up really good. That one looked like a really deep puncture almost, but that one looks pretty good. And then the other bird had a chunk of its leg, like the skin, peeled back. And so there's still just a little bit of skin kind of hanging there, but once again it's all dried up and healing really nice. So these birds are both doing great. Really happy to see that. It looks like both trail cams stayed up just fine. That storm actually was fizzled out, and by the time I got home I checked the radar and it had flared back up. So we did get some nice little rain. We'll see if we get anything on here, but I do want to take a quick look at the chickens, make sure everybody's okay. All the chickens are good. I didn't see any holes around. I'll still check these trail cams just to see if anything was out. But I do need to move the net today, so I'm gonna get on that. I'm starting to second guess myself a little bit on how many birds I put in a coop. I thought I put 30 in a coop, but I started counting all the chickens in each coop and I'm hanging around 23. I mean, I've lost a couple birds in each coop. So maybe I only put 25 in there. Limpy was able to get up on the roost last night by herself, so that made me feel really good. Today, she didn't really want to move with the coop, so I went in there and grabbed her. I think she's this one over here standing up, not moving much. So I went in there to pull her out so she didn't have to walk as much, and I checked on it. And there's a lot of bruising. It's a pretty deep gash, but it looks like it's healing just fine. So I think she'll make a full recovery. It's just going to take a little bit of time. You know, I'm actually pretty certain that it was only 25 birds in a coop plus a rooster. So that makes me feel a lot better because the numbers are adding up a lot better in all the coops, because now I'm actually counting all the coops today. So in that case, that changes what that Sussex coop dynamic was. So there are 23 birds in there, which is what it should be. I lost 3 birds, 2 hens and blacktail, and then I put in that pearl white. So the numbers add up when there was only 25, which means that hole that dug under the coop the other day did not in fact pull a chicken out. The few feathers and the little bit of blood that was in there, that was from the chicken with the hurt leg. So it all makes sense now. So that feels good to at least know what happened there, but also doesn't solve what went in there and did it. I'm assuming it's probably another skunk. It went in there, grabbed my chicken from the roost, and that's why it has that gash on its leg. My chicken was probably flipping all around the coop, finally got back up, and that skunk or whatever it was gave up. It was too much of a fight for it, and it crawled out and left. So that makes a lot more sense. But either way, it's still at large, and if it finds my tiny little birds over here, then I'm in trouble. So I'm still gonna be out watching for it and hoping it doesn't come back. Well, y'all, the very first video I pulled up, I can't see the time, I'm gonna have to put it on my computer, but we do have a critter walking around. It's pretty good size. Not sure what it is. Low to the ground, probably a big skunk or something. Can't really tell. But I'll pop it up on the computer here in a little while, see if we can get a better shot. But that was prowling around last night. This trail cam may have caught it a little better, but I can't watch it on this trail cam. So this one I have to plug in the computer. But the one that had the shot of the critter walking around, that was the only thing it got that night, or early this morning rather. So it'll be interesting to blow that up and see what it is. If I had stayed just a little longer last night, I was nearly there all night anyway. Should have just stayed, got whatever that thing is. I don't want to just shoot at everything that moves out there either, but it was inside the net, which I don't like. I feel like that's pretty fair game. So anyways, yeah, we'll pop it in the computer and see what I'm dealing with. So it was another skunk. That thing looked big too. He came just about an hour after I left, so it was probably around 3:30-ish. The time, unfortunately, it was off on that, but that's a pretty close estimate. So it seems like that skunk is more of a early dawn hunter, but maybe he was just waiting for me to leave too, you never know. So. Ooh, that is a big hawk flying right over the chickens there. They don't like that. Hopefully I don't have any birds out. Sometimes it comes unlatched, but looks like they're all right out there. Since I still have a little bit of daylight, I do want to go ahead and plant a few things. Some of these larger ones, the marigold keeps falling off. Probably plant a couple of those, couple cosmos, maybe a catnip. Some of them are just getting so big that I want to get them in the ground. These chickens have been kind of worked up since I got here, so I'm gonna check it out, make sure everything is actually okay. That's what they don't like. And he's gone. So that deer must have been up here. It looks like my net's kind of messed up. I'm not too worried about a deer attacking chicken now. They just got a little loud because they saw something big out there moving. Could have had some venison for dinner. Need something a little bigger than a 22 though. Y'all like my flashlight I taped on there? It works pretty well. I've got the trail cams both set up, both on the back sides of the coop. Because of the direction of the wind, I'll be setting up a little different on this side tonight. I'll probably stay till, I don't know, about midnight, catch anything at dusk. And then we'll see how I'm feeling at that point, if I hang out longer or not. Now let's just really hope that skunk stays good and doesn't try to get in the coops. Howdy, yeah. Today is June 24th. Am I nervous to go check on the chickens? Yes, so I'm gonna do all the chores up here first. Good news is the chickens are completely fine out there. Everybody looks good. There's no suspicious holes, nothing. I also did just check this trail cam, the one that I can actually watch it on here, and it didn't pick up anything all night. So that feels really good. I haven't checked the other cam because I need to get that one on my computer. I am going to be doing honey this week, maybe tomorrow, most likely tomorrow. So I'm going to start grabbing everything off the shelf here. I've got all the little shrink bands. I got some new equipment, and also I have to get the big old extractor down as well. Oh man, I can't wait to eat this tonight. This is the first big slicer of the year. Also, I just got an email saying my next batch of meat birds has been shipped, so they'll probably be here, I'd imagine, on Wednesday. So got to start getting ready for them. Really glad I double checked my next order of Cornish cross, because I actually had 60 coming at the end of July, so I didn't want 60. So at least I was able to edit that down to 30. I just don't want to have to build another coop. That's why I can easily put 30 in one and just keep running them that way. Howdy, yo. Today is June 25th. We have some weather moving in here in about an hour and a half, and the bees are definitely sensing it. There's a ton of bees out here, and they're all rushing back into the hive. I was actually all completely set up to grab a honey, but considering everybody's coming home for this storm, probably isn't the best time to do this, so I may need to wait till tomorrow, but everything is at least washed, ready, and set up. But isn't that crazy? The bees just know there's some weather moving in, so everybody's heading on home. Well, that's a bummer. I was really looking forward to that, but I think there's gonna be a break between, I think it's actually done after 4 o'clock, so I might get to it then, but it'll probably be tomorrow at this point, so I might as well just head out to the farm and get something done. My mom was here earlier, and she's actually still here, just working in the garden, but she went out to check on the chickens, make sure there was no skunk attack, and she gave the all clear, so that is a great feeling. However, she did check out my fruit trees over there and said there were hundreds of Japanese beetles all over them, so she knocked a lot of them off and got them. But I'll see them all in the grass, but I never really thought to check the trees or anything, so I should probably get some traps for that. But the chickens love Japanese beetles, so be a little extra protein snack for them. Besides food, I did grab some grit. This is the largest grit I have ever seen. Look at those pieces. Looks more like turkey grit. Stuff's huge. I'll give it to the chickens and see what they think. If they don't really care for it, then I'll use it on the drive here to fill in some holes. It sure looks promising back there for a little bit of rain. So I was able to get the grass cut all up front, which is good. Now I'm kind of working on staking up the tomatoes again. They just keep falling over. They're growing so fast. I feel a little guilty that I've been eating tomatoes every single day this week, and I haven't even brought them to the farmer's market yet, but they're so good. So they might make it to the farmer's market this week. I'm on the fence. Saw a little bit of lightning back there. But these are delicious. This is one of the Baxter bush cherries. So they're definitely bigger than a normal cherry tomato. I think they'd be really good on salads, just slicing them in half. They're delicious. We must have just had some crazy intense wind the other day because these things are all just laying flat to one side. So these are the brandy one, and they are really hard to get up because they're just so big and bushy. So I don't know how I'm gonna get these up without breaking them. Howdy y'all, today is June 26th. The post office called and the chicks are here, so I'm gonna pick them up real quick. It's about 10 o'clock. The bees should be good and awake. We don't have a crazy rush trying to get back in the hive. They're coming and going. And it's not gonna be raining until I think about 2 o'clock's a chance. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some honey. So far I've pulled 3 frames and this hive is being really good. A few more to go. Step 1 is complete, which is grab the honey from the hives. Step 2 is new this year. Have a nice brand new uncapping tool here. So use that, just uncaps the honey so it starts flowing nice and easy. Next thing that'll happen is we'll pop it in the extractor and spin it out. Once it's extracted, it will be strained and then go into this bucket. And then once it comes out of here, it's going into the jars. And the nice part is cleanup. You just set everything outside, have a nice ball of wax. There's some honey kind of dripping out of that. This is the filtration, 2 little filters here. Looks like the bees are already finding it. And then I also have the extractor out here as well, because there's just a lot of excess honey in here that I just can't get and scrape all. So the bees will take it back and put it in the hive for next time. Well, would you look at that? There's my skunk cover. I knew I'd find it sooner or later. The chicks that the second graders hatched are a solid 2 months old today. They were born on April 26th. The chicken with the foot injury, or leg injury I should say, is doing a lot better. I can still tell who she is. I'm kind of in the middle of the clump there. But she's walking around a lot better, not laying down as much, so that's a good thing. She's still on the mend. And I was just doing the math. I have just a little over 200 chickens on the farm. I have 60 meat birds and then the rest are layers. Also, no skunk signs, which is great. What to do next? The to-do list is so long, y'all. It's pretty cumbersome. If you try to think about all of it at once, you'd go crazy. So just got to pick and choose your battles every day. I finished transplanting the last of my cosmos seedlings upstairs, so now I'm back outside. I have a couple of catnips that are getting really big and starting to flower, so I've been slowly just kind of planting them around here. That's all weedy anyway, so why not fill it up with catnip? Just finished up cleaning out one of the black tubs in there. Since now I have the chicks and the 2 injured white meat birds in there. They're hanging outside during the daytime. I might get some shade on them actually. Sun decided to come out. But definitely need to get one of those clean because one was getting pretty full. So let me get some shade on these guys and then we will go dump it. Everything's done out at the farm for today. I still have to bottle honey this evening, which is about 20 pounds worth. So I'm super excited to get that going. So we'll have that at the farmer's market, both farmer's markets, Thursday and Saturday. The cucumbers are also looking really good, so those will come next week. I put my Brussels sprouts out, last week, part shade, part sun. So this is half of them, roughly. And I've got them in the sun just to see how they do. It's been ever since the sun came out, probably a couple hours now, and they're looking good. Howdy out, today is June 27th, heading to the farmer's market right now, loaded down. I actually have one basket of ripe tomatoes, which is super cool to say. So that's the first one for the season. I also brought one basket of green tomatoes. I had some requests for that from both markets. So got that and the honey now, so that's really cool. So it's gonna be a full table. I'm gonna be needing 2 tables here soon. Howdy out, today is June 28th. I can't believe I haven't done any recording yet today. It's about 9 o'clock at night right now though. I was at the farm earlier today just noodling around getting stuff done. I did run to Tractor Supply. They had T-posts on sale for $1 less than usual, so I grabbed a few of those because I still need quite a few for the fence. I will get that done one of these days. But anyways, I'm just about to load up for the farmer's market tomorrow. It just started sprinkling a little bit, so it feels kind of good out really. But yeah, we've got some thunderstorms predicted for tomorrow, so fingers crossed that that doesn't happen. So we still have the farmer's market. But earlier today I was baking some bread. I usually do about 12 loaves. I only did 4 loaves just because I don't know if the market's even going to happen. So I hope it does, but I don't know what the weather's going to do. And also, no more issues with anything around the coops as far as skunks or other critters at night. However, my mom did come out this morning and had a tomato plant dug up. So we're still dealing with something in the garden. She saw a larger footprint and then also a smaller footprint by it. So it's probably a mom or dad teaching a baby how to hunt food, find food, gather food. So hopefully that doesn't become an issue. I don't know why they're so interested in digging up a tomato plant. Maybe my mom's putting some sort of fertilizer in the ground that they like and smells good, but every now and then we'll find something kind of dug up out there, but really it hasn't been too much damage yet, so let's hope it stays that way. It's getting kind of dark to see, but I have so many cucumbers coming on. I do have one that's actually pretty good looking I could pick for tomorrow right here. I think I may save and just eat it for myself. But after that, next week there will be tons and tons and tons of cucumbers. They're on thick.